For what? What are they gonna fucking shoot you for?
I don't know. I'm just scared. I've never streamed post. Low key, I'm probably gonna get like.
You're a lib. Oh my god, Juan, I have to tell you. So
Wait, I'm streaming. Oh wait,
my coworker.
should I? Hold on, let me do like a beer back. Hold on. Wait.
On stream. It's
Okay.
not
Okay.
like
Yeah. Okay. So what's up?
So my coworker, he already transferred though, but like the second night before he transferred to his other store,
Yeah.
this guy was talking about like, oh my god, liberals and all this. He's like, you guys are Nazis and all that. And I was like, what the fuck?
Like, bro sounds like
yeah,
bro sounds like H3. Bro sounds like Ethan.
Yeah.
No Nazis. Ah!
I was just like, bro, what the fuck?
Oh my
Like,
God.
he was making Hillary sound, or not Hillary. Kamala sound bad. He was like, oh yeah, Kamala doesn't care about anyone. And I was like, what do you think Trump is doing right now? He doesn't give a fuck about anyone except his friends and fucking his money.
Oh my God.
And he's like, well, you guys are making Trump sound like a Nazi. And I was like, because he's literally supporting a fucking Nazi. What are you talking about?
It's like, you know, the more you're talking, the more he kind of sounds like a Nazi. I wonder why, bro.
Yeah, and then he goes, yeah, I don't really care about that though. I'm more of a communist. Like, I think equal hate should be distributed. And I was like, you're fucking stupid.
That's crazy, dude. Oh my God. Equal hate. Oh my God.
I don't know. That guy's just.
Alright.
Nah, he probably is dumb, but.
Fuck, how do we watch this together? Should I just share my... I guess I'll just share my screen,
Stream
right?
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beam.
I'm only gonna break your heart.
Yeah, it is. Okay.
I'm only gonna break your heart.
All right, here we go. Oh my God, Content Cop has returned. That's so cool. It's been so long. iDubbbz.
Destination.
Does it look at you?
What's that?
Does it look fine?
Yeah, it looks fine.
I bet.
Beach is surprisingly dangerous. Consider the
fucking thing in our defense. Like, actually, Hila's not a baby killer. Actually, accusing Ethan of killing his dog is maybe too far, because they have mobilized such an insane.
Oh my God! Wait. Side note. You know Tubbo, right? Like the Minecraft YouTuber.
Yeah.
For iDubbbz's Creator Clash, apparently he was originally gonna fight Dean Withers in the Creator Clash. Yeah, he was gonna fight Dean Withers, but he's. And this is, I thought that was funny. Cause like, oh my God, the hand I shook was almost a hand that would have punched Tubbo in the face. That would have been so fire. Oh my God, Tubbo's a great guy. Don't get me wrong. I just thought it'd be funny. But he was gonna fight Dean Withers. So that was interesting.
Harassment group. That anybody who says any fucking thing, they will attempt to ruin their lives. And once again, I'm the crazy one. It's not bad enough.
It's like looking at like it's the Green Goblin mask.
What we do here is go back. Oh my God, it's been so long. Wait, when was the last Content Cop?
Asian Jake Paul.
Yeah, Asian Jake Paul. When was that? Oh, I'm assuming it's one of the most popular ones, right? Or no, he deleted it, didn't he?
Think so. He might have. Just look up Asian Jake Paul.
Yeah. Asian. Yeah, Jake Paul. Just look up Asian is the first thing that comes up. Yeah, looks like it was deleted. Yeah, re-upload. Fuck, when did this come out? I guess I can go on Rice Gums. I can look up a Rice Gums response. Rice Gum response to iDubbbz. So I don't think he deleted his. Yeah, so it was 7 years ago, dude. 7 years ago, the last Content Cop. That's kind of crazy.
I wonder why he deleted it.
It's like I think it's like in a podcast or something. He was like talking to Anthony Padilla. He was like, "Yeah, just I mean, what do you say?" It was like he felt like a horrible person back then, and didn't think his content should be there. Something along those lines. I'm paraphrasing. Oh my God. Is this how you should work out? That's how you work out. It's like, oh fuck, I just dropped something.
No. Gotta have your morning cigarette.
Damn.
I thought about trying cigarettes.
Did you actually think about trying cigarettes?
No, no.
About to say.
Probably get.
What's up, everybody? I'm Hassan Piker, and this is the Hassan broadcast coming to you live from a cloudy day here in California, Los Angeles. We're live and alive, and I hope all the boys.
Oh, I didn't notice. He has the law sword. Wait, hold on. Yo, we're twinning. We're literally twinning. Look. Oh my
I don't think he knows you like that, little bro.
Yeah, no, he definitely does not.
I don't even know who Hassan is.
You don't know who Hassan is?
I think I've heard. No, I don't. Like, I think I've heard about him like once or twice, and that was it.
He tangled in all my wires. Like, just he's I think the most popular socialist streamer.
Because today's a beautiful day. I have a very important announcement.
I've heard of him
I've
like
finally done it.
once or
I
twice.
watched Ethan Klein's content nuke, and I'm not going to call it context puke as I normally do, because the reality of the matter is it was brilliant. Nothing was out of context. Everything.
Oh yeah, he was streaming earlier.
Oh really?
An Islamist,
Ethan was streaming.
fundamentalist, radical
Oh,
terrorist.
yeah.
I am.
Wait, what was he saying? What was he saying?
No, his like fucking title was just "I'm quitting YouTube," and then it was just him talking about weed
What? Like on YouTube or where?
on his live stream. He was live streaming.
Dude, well, we'll have to look at that later. Dude, that's I'm quitting YouTube and he's just fucking doing drugs.
A vicious
He wasn't even doing it.
It's true.
he was just doing,
Most importantly,
advertisement.
Ethan is more attractive than me, both physically and also mentally. I've been
Damn, that's
lying
crazy.
about everything, including my glasses. They're fake. He was right about that. That's not even in the content nuke, and he was right about that too. How did he know everything?
How much?
How?
Like so many of these YouTubers went downhill.
Dude, honestly.
Wake up, Ethan. Wake up, Ethan. Ethan, wake up.
Wakey, wakey, Ethan. Wake up, Ethan. Wake up. Time to be awake, Ethan.
Wake up, Ethan.
This is no longer a dream. This is a nightmare. Wake up.
Ethan, the dumb bitch is telling you to wake up.
Wake up,
Ethan, wake up.
Wake up, Ethan.
Ethan, wake up.
Wake up.
I don't know who any of these people are, by the way. I just know I
Yeah,
don't
I know.
Hassan.
I think one of them are like Demas.
Up.
He's also like
Wake up, Ethan.
I don't know. Honestly, I
Not
don't
gonna
even
do
know.
a react content yet, chat.
I'm the same joke.
Wait, were this all Zins? Wait, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Ethan, wake up.
Wake up.
Since anyone?
What the fuck?
Wake up.
Wake up.
Wake up. Wake up, Ethan.
I'm not gonna do a react content yet, chat.
I'm the same
Damn, that's crazy. Who would react to a video on live?
Yummy, I love Sabra hummus.
Wake up, Ethan. Wake up.
Ethan.
Wake up, Ethan.
Wake up.
Wake up, Ethan. Just wake up.
God damn. What the fuck? Yo.
All right. I didn't plan on making a content cop on H3. It sounds very stupid even saying that. H3 content cop. iDubbbz. Ethan Klein's out of control. And then you should do a content cop on Hassan Piker. Content cop on Sargon of Akkad. If I would have imagined
What the
this
fuck?
in 2016, I would have been like, oh yeah, if I ever do that, it's gotta be because I lose the plot. Well, it turns out it's not me losing the plot, it's Ethan. He's the one who fucking attacked first.
My good fucking friends who I
Wait, side note, what happened to like Ethan? Why does he look so different? Like hold on. H3 RN. Why is he like what why is it bro goes to like the craziest fucking changes. Why is there like not a good picture? Like this is him right now. He's gone like so skinny and like his hair like inverted. It has hair, a lot more hair on the top than the bottom now. It's fucking as opposed to this a few months ago. Oh, this guy's deafened. I don't know why he's deafened. Never mind.
stood by after all these fucking years, can't find a spine to speak up.
So go fuck yourself.
I agree.
All right, guys, I'm going to tell you a story about Ethan Klein. I know some of you have been
All I know
following him,
is
but there's
that
a lot of
there was a
people who
content
might not be
nuke.
familiar
He made a
with the
content nuke
background.
around like along the same flavor as Content Cop on H3. No, on
his
Hassan.
podcast with
That
what's
was
been
just
going
really
on over
bad.
the past couple of years. So Ethan, as you know, is a content creator who has a podcast where he says all sorts of outrageous stuff.
Oh my god, Jose, should we start a
Sometimes it's
podcast
fun,
and say a bunch of
sometimes
racist
it's
stuff
fucked
too?
up. He's had shows with
Yeah,
all
let's
sorts
do
of
it.
different controversial
Down.
characters. He's had
That's
a
my
show
daily,
with
like,
Trisha
job.
Paytas. He's had a show with Hassan Piker. In doing so, he's gathered a ton of different audiences. Now, in his podcast with Hassan, Leftovers, they would mostly talk about surface level progressive shit and make fun of right-wingers.
And you're telling me he didn't flick
That's the crazy ass fucking hat. Wait, what the fuck?
once at least?
No, that's 100 Shavers. You trans women. I say, oh no!
And it was mostly that until they actually had to reckon with a very serious topic. I would say that Hassan was very well equipped to talk about that topic.
Palestinian people living in the West Bank are subject to these horrific conditions, horrific living conditions by the state of Israel, America's greatest ally and the only democracy in the Middle East, if you ask Republicans and even liberals.
Well, the dance he invented was so kick-ass.
Israeli settlers are trying to evict Palestinian families in occupied East Jerusalem. The United Nations says that that may be a war crime. It literally is.
Was just eating the toppings, and the pizza looked like a burn victim. It was all disgusting.
I don't know if you can make that joke in 2021.
Why?
It's insensitive to burn victims.
I think it's a good analogy. It's a powerful image.
Ethan was not prepared for this. Ethan, the whole time, is more of the goof guy. And that's fine, you know, we don't expect Ethan to be an expert on the topic. Ethan was obviously caught in this tricky situation where he is extremely sympathetic to the Israeli cause and what's happening to them. His wife's Israeli, she served in the IDF. He obviously likes the state of Israel. On the other hand, he's just got done capturing a massive progressive audience who are very politically savvy. They follow Hassan. Hassan is strictly a political streamer. So this is something they're very...
No, hold on. I think I watched him play Marvel Rivals like one time. All right, I don't think strictly is the...
So when
Hassan and
say
fucking...
things that are just like
No,
not
just
accurate
Hassan.
and it's just propaganda, they're gonna call it out.
From the river to the sea essentially
Hold on,
means the state of Israel
Right.
is going bye-bye.
So this massive progressive audience that Ethan has, you know, adopted over the years, they're becoming increasingly critical of his position because now he's talking about it not on Leftovers, he's now talking about it on his podcast.
What I want to do is show you guys how I see Israel, because you don't see that. When you listen to Hassan and you hear all these fucking mega lefties talking about it like it's some super racist, like crazy, you know, like Jim Crow style of society. Like, I can't wait to show you guys.
The other day, BB fired a really good guy that a lot of people are pissed about.
So Ethan is having this back and forth with his liberal audience, leftist people online, progressive content creators, Hassan, all of these different people. He's finding new people every day, basically, to get in fights with.
Of all people, this guy, Matt Lieb, Frogan and Denims and all these dipshits, and everybody thinks this guy's awesome, apparently. Even though he looks like Millhouse, fucking dork. Denims, by the way, was the real villain of the video. Evil, hateful, fucking... And I'll say it and I'll double down on it. And people... Oh, no?
No,
Did I not go there?
Oh my god, he immediately folds to it. It's so funny. I'm about to double down, guys. I'm gonna say I'm gonna double down. No? Oh, okay, guys, never mind.
All culminated,
I'm
at least
sorry.
for my story, in Ethan burning bridges with people until he burned the bridge with me. Since Ethan and Hassan's falling out, I've been keeping to myself mostly. I don't have many nice things to say. Maybe if Ethan's able to get some help, maybe if he stops harassing other creators, maybe if he does these things, eventually he'll find peace and we can like rekindle our friendship. So that's been my approach. I've occasionally thrown a joke Ethan's way in the form of Hassan Piker versus Ethan Klein for boxing.
I like
Yo, that look
He's
could be
a good
so
guy,
fire.
but I don't like this sweet, stupid. It's not a fucking petty beef. It's like, this guy is evil and he's doing anti-Semitism. And also he's way out of my weight class.
He didn't like that, but fucking sometimes you gotta just throw something out there. I used to work with this video editor
Excuse
named
you?
Froggy Tonic. I discovered
wait, I
him
remember
because
Froggy.
he was in the circles online that I was in. And one of those circles is an H3 fan. He watched Ethan's content. He liked Ethan's content until he didn't like Ethan's content. There would be an occasional Froggy tweet where I'd be like, I agree with that, you know? Like, I'm not going to endorse it. I'm not going to retweet it or like it, but fair enough.
I guess I just missed my old friend. Some wings are too bird feathered colored.
Now that brings
What
us
what just came out of his mouth? What the fuck?
to February 28th of this year. Now, my former editor of a year and a half ago did say some truly mean shit. He called Hila the C word. He said they're trying to kill their dog with cheddar cheese and a bunch of other shit, I'm sure. Ethan, at some point, discovers
Some
that
parasocial
iDubbbz's
shit.
former editor says this horrendous shit about him and Hila. But no one's asking the question, where does Ethan get this information from? You see, it would be very obviously a problem if Ethan was discovering this content by scrolling through Twitter looking for something to upset himself with. He has maybe
Why
set
is
it
there
up in
so?
such a way
Is that a real clip or is that edited? That's like why is there so much?
discovers that iDubbbz forming the question, where does Ethan get this information from? You see, it would be very obviously a problem if Ethan was discovering this content by scrolling through Twitter.
It's got to be edited.
looking
How?
for
Why is
something
it?
to
Why is
upset
his
himself
feed
with.
so
He has
bad?
maybe set it up in such a way where his employees feel the need to send him this information. And that would be horrible. They shouldn't be doing that. They should be sending you things that are entertaining for your show that don't fucking trigger the hell out of you. Why is there so much work being put into discovering this guy on Twitter who's barely getting any interactions, linking him to me and posting on the Reddit, when there's no work being put into who the fuck is the person on the Reddit who's posting this in the first place? If you do a little bit of research, it seems like it's an account whose intention is to make Ethan crash out. One of the users on the Snark Reddit points this
Freaking
out.
rage
They're like,
baiting
I've
H3
seen this
H3.
account before. This account has scraped its history and it's now trying to make Ethan burn bridges. This is within Ethan's own community. Like, this is the thing that he needs to be critical of. It's not me. So yes, I am willing to admit that my former editor was being very nasty, uncharitable, and fucked up towards Ethan and Hila on Twitter. But Ethan and Hila are doing the same shit on their podcast. So I don't want to fucking hear it.
Terrorist supporter.
The CEO of Twitch.
Pedophile.
Now I'm going to watch and respond to
Damn.
the two podcast streams where Ethan and Hila call us spineless cowards.
Anyway, this guy was saying shit like that Hila's a Nazi, that she kills kids, that she went on like, she's a IDF baby killer, all this types of shit. And that's showing up right up on us Nisa's and iDubbbz's feed. My good fucking friends who I stood by after all these fucking years can't find a spine to speak up. You know why? Because they'll get murdered.
You don't know what's on my feed. What the fuck is happening? For all you know, I only use the For You tab. For all you know, I only use lists. For all you know, I'm seeing these things tweeted out by my editor of a year and a half ago and saying, God, that is nasty. I'm just not gonna throw someone away because they're having a parasocial weird moment. Just like I'm not gonna throw Ethan Klein away because he's having a parasocial weird crash out.
I mean, that's
How
a good
many
point.
women
What
I
the fuck?
fucked? Hassan, by the way, thousands. Yeah, thousands. Let me ask Galia. These shoes do not go. I'm sorry. Oh my God. Hassan's the type of dude who watches himself in the mirror when he has sex.
Watching me on
What
a
kind of
30-second delay.
What the fuck?
Wait, that's what I'm. Wait, how does he know I'm watching already?
Because you've been
Nick
talking
Chad.
about it for the last 5 minutes.
What
It's
kind
not
of
a
thought
fucking
is that?
petty beef. It's
Oh my
like
God.
this guy's.
And then he
evil,
goes
man.
on to say, like, he jerks off in the mirror and looks at
He's doing
himself. and some shit.
anti-Semitism. These shoes do not go. I'm sorry.
There are many people, I'm sure, who have unfollowed you for the things that you have said and done, and I'm sure there are even more people who have stayed following you because they don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater. They don't want to throw someone away because they've had some hard moments. We're all fucking human.
My good fucking friends who I stood by after all these fucking years can't find a spine to speak up. You know why? Because they'll get murdered.
And what you're saying to me is that I'm a bad friend and I'm a piece of shit. I'm spineless, I'm cowardly because I am following someone on Twitter.
Because they have mobilized such an insane harassment group.
God.
It's not bad enough that I have this group of people harassing me and everyone in my life. It's that people outside of this group, journalists, creators, are actively participating in this gaslighting to make it seem like I'm fucking crazy.
I mean, I don't know what he's getting at here. Like, yeah, people are gaslighting you. A lot of people gaslit me when I apologized. That was actually like the #1 type of harassment I got, was people gaslighting me and taking my newfound woke ideology to its extreme.
I've probably done and stood by iDubbbz and Anissa more than anybody. I've stood by them when all the internet hated them.
I don't like that Ethan brought this up because it makes the relationship feel very transactional. Like, you know, we're just meant to support each other online despite our own personal morals or principles.
Yeah, I expect you to defend me if I hit a kid while driving to school.
And certainly I don't think they're any fucking friends of mine based on the text conversation I had with them too before I even talked about it.
Anything happens and your YouTube career
fucking halfway friends,
goes crashing, we'll make an apology video.
Yeah, if they find out about the children in the basement, I expect you to back me 100%.
I know you and
no, without any issue.
And I
ride or die.
Ride or die. With that, and I think there's something positive to get out of the conversation. But he refused to talk on the phone unless I was willing to publicly say something about my former editor and denims. As much as you don't want halfway friends, I also don't want that kind of halfway friend. I don't want someone who's going to give me like an ultimatum to have a conversation.
Could you not say something when this is like, imagine like one of you guys is like, Hassan actually wants to go to Israel, go to Gaza so he can strangle Israeli babies.
What
or
the
some shit like that. I'd be like, you imagine me not saying something.
Is that what he thinks Hassan was trying to do? What the fuck? Hassan was gonna do like he wanted to do like a stream where he would go to Palestine or Israel. I forgot where he was gonna go exactly, but they couldn't guarantee his safety to go and like document what was happening, so he didn't end up going. But that's crazy. He's like, is that I don't know if he's exaggerating or not. That's actually just unhinged.
Where there isn't one. This guy that I follow on Twitter is not in the same relationship as you and one of your current employees who is streaming with you 3 days a week, 3 hours a day for the past 10 years. At one point during the stream, Ethan and Hila bring up Adam McIntyre. Now, Adam does basically the same thing as my former editor. He's critical of Ethan and Hila, and he is sometimes uncharitable and nasty towards them.
Adam McIntyre needs to just like disappear. That guy is a piece of shit, like of the lowest order. I never even stood by him when he talked bad about Trisha having a kid and called him like the spawn of Satan. He was supposedly on our side. I would never even co-sign that. I was disgusted by that statement too. I remember when he called her kid the spawn of Satan.
I never said anything
and
like
I was
that.
supposed to be like cheering on, but I wasn't going to cheer that on. That's disgusting.
Why do we forget that he called her children, which is something we would never do, the spawn of Satan?
It's disgusting.
Why does he have to clarify that? Why do you think he felt the need to murder that person? Something I wouldn't do, by the way, guys. I'd never kill that guy. Why would you think he felt the need to do that?
It's just
why is that distinction necessary in this situation?
In this story, you know, it's really.
Oh, it's his content, bro. LMAO. Hey, man.
They never made a statement.
I just want to watch
They never
this,
said
and
that
I thought it'd be a
they
fun
disagreed
live
with his
stream.
statements about Trisha's baby until it's useful. Like, what is it, 3 years later? Like, I mean, you're talking about it like you were aware of it at the time and that there was some amount of pressure or
I'm doing the XQC
enthusiasm
strat.
for you to get down with that. And what it sounds like to me is that you did see it at the time and you were like, ooh, I don't like that.
The XQC strat, yeah. Oh my god, wait, you're so right. Wait. I used to do this all the time. Wait, give me a second. Hold on. This is important, guys. This is important. Hold on. Fuck. Yeah, we'll do this one. Save image as. Save. And then we're gonna. That's where this is important. Fuck. Is it this? I think it's this. Yeah. Hold on. Is this better? Is this better for you? Core, we need the Jedi. Is this fire?
Huh. It's almost like that is a fucking identical situation to me.
It's just incredible who ends up being the good guys in this story. You know, it's really something.
So yeah, the reason I'm bringing this up is because they're trying to like paint themselves as the good guys, and they're saying like, yeah, we strongly disavow things that are said, even about our enemies. We are the most immoral people on the internet. Unlike Ian and Anissa, who are fucking keeping to themselves. Also, why the fuck does Olivia get the pass?
What a fucking asshole for putting you in that position, Olivia. You're friends with him. And you don't have to say anything, but like, what a fucking piece of shit. What a bad friend to put you in that position just for some fucking clout. It gets people angry at you, like, oh, how can she be friends with him? Which is total bullshit, okay? Yeah. Olivia did not do anything.
That's what I thought.
I want the pass. Do I have to be an employee to get that treatment? Because then you'll just see me as an ally? Or is it because Ethan is afraid of wrongful termination accusations and lawsuits?
And also, I don't mind putting my friend Olivia, who's apparently my real friend, in a terribly weird, fucking uncomfortable situation where you end up getting hate for no reason.
Also,
wait, real quick, like I don't
want
to sound insensitive. Oh, I turned on XQC on accident again. Oh god, I don't want to sound. Is there a reason why H3 like shakes so much when he's like talking all the time?
I think he has. I don't know. Honestly, I forgot. I know he talked about it in his like stream or some shit.
Cause I don't want to make a tweaking joke until I know it's okay. Hold on. Essential tremor. Wait, that's AB. No, wait, what? What is? I don't even know. It's it. Wait, that chat just showed up. He has Tourette syndrome. Oh, okay. Why is that? Well, my chat's being kind of funny. I'm sure it's fine. That's good to know. I don't want to.
Making it hard on Olivia. You're making it hard on all of these people.
I don't want to say anything crazy.
Acknowledge your role in this whole fucking thing. Like, it's crazy how warm Ethan is to Olivia and saying how
you
Olivia's
fucker. Hold on, I need to get water now. I gotta get water. Be entertaining. This is your fault. You gotta be entertaining now, Jose. You don't have to hydrate. I gotta get water. You gotta go be entertaining. Alright. Oh wait. Oh, or should I double down on the XQC strat, or dare I say the Hassan Piker strat and just leave the video playing? Should I just
just leave the video
playing. It gets people angry at you, like, oh, how can she be friends with him? Which is total bullshit.
But me and Anissa are spineless. Ethan, your whole system is scrambled. My intention isn't to throw the employees under the bus. Like, you guys serve as the fucking foundation for calling out Ethan's hypocrisy on the whole subject. And I know that you guys have probably pushed back against Ethan over the years. How often are you supposed to do that? Do you have to do that every fucking week? It kind of seems like it. And that's exhausting. I don't want to confront my boss. It's not my fucking job to confront my boss and say, today's segment on rapists and pedophiles on Twitch was not like not my favorite segment to be a part of.
Yeah, friends like these.
Oh yeah, and our other good friends.
Yeah.
Anissa and Ian. Thanks, Anissa, for standing up for your girl. I actually stood up for you so many times, because like, why would I not? It was crazy.
Yeah, why would you not? I mean, if that's truly what you believed and you weren't just going to use it later.
Of course I was going to stand by you. That's insane. It's absolutely insane and disgusting. But now you choose to hang out with people that would have a problem with you if you defended me.
I'm not going to assume that Hila knows, but I'll say it for anyone who doesn't know. Anissa is half Lebanese and half Irish.
Oh, no.
For anyone unfamiliar, the Irish have been on the receiving end of a lot of oppression and genocide. On the part of the Lebanese, they've received a lot of oppression and attacks from the IDF. So Anissa is very well familiar with the propaganda.
Yeah, that's pretty messed up. That's a really unlucky pull.
Choosing now, out of all the times, to be like, please defend me. No, we're not gonna fucking defend you.
Rudy was saying that Palestinians are taught at 2 years old to kill Americans.
No, yeah, fucking imagine just like talking all the time about how just like supporting a genocide and then expecting the friend who is the target of the genocide to defend you. Like, what the fuck? It's like, guys, why aren't you defending me? I defended you when they called you a slut online. Why aren't you defending me when I'm okay with this genocide, guys? Why aren't you doing that?
I don't know what kind of logic you have behind that.
Baby Fire is a really good guy that a lot of people are pissed about.
He looked mean. I thought he was mean just because he looked mean.
No, it's not.
So yes, You caught us. We're not gonna run to your defense when, I don't know, we follow people. We be following. That's one fucked up thing that you can say about Anissa and I is when we're on Twitter, we do be following.
So,
The problem.
okay, if you want to hang out with those people and have no spine and not stand up for another girl that stood up for you, enjoy your new friends.
She's friends with people like Denims.
I know.
In her chat,
Yeah,
which I'll
she's
show.
friends with
Denims
Denim.
is actually participating in this whole child protective service lie.
Yeah,
Which I'll
and if
show you
you're
guys
friends with
instead.
them, then you're seeing what they're saying.
You'll notice that Ethan and Hila start talking about this Denims character. Originally, the complaint was about my former editor. He's been chatting shit about Ethan and Hila for the past year at least. They only care about it now because I guess it was spoon-fed to them via their Reddit that's clearly looking out for them. Now, I'm not going to sugarcoat it, we are friends with Denims, but I would say it's the same level of friendship that we had with Ethan and Hila. It's like kind of an internet friendship. We think that she's a good person like we think.
Is she just a streamer? Wait, what's her name? Denim? Okay, maybe I should have expected that. Stream. Are they a streamer? Denims? Is that their name? Oh, she's literally watching you right now too. That's funny as fuck.
He can have that discussion as much.
Okay, they are a streamer. I need that context. I needed that context.
Situation. How can you possibly think that they're both good people at their core? People can have crash out moments. People can say things that they don't mean. People can say things because they want internet clout and attention. I don't know. I think they're both
Like you,
probably guilty of
Okay, bro.
saying
Come.
things
All
that they
right.
don't mean.
I'm just kidding.
Internet
You're not
clout and
wrong.
Attention. Right now, one's a little bit more fucking nasty to me than the other.
I just don't see how you can be my friend and also be friends with someone like that.
Well, you can't. So I already forgot about you.
I actually have a lot of friendships that are kind of that way where it's like, you know, one of the friends doesn't fuck with the other friend, but there is someone in the middle who kind of fucks with both of them, but separately. Yeah, there's a lot of friendships that are like that. I'm not gonna make you guys like meet up and kiss or anything. I
Shit,
get
but
it,
like,
you
what
guys
if?
are in fucking...
don't
You're
know,
either
man.
my best friend who's deep throating me to the base of my cock,
What the
or
fuck
you
kind of
are
analogy?
Satan. You're the devil.
The last thing I said
That's
to
actually-
Anissa, we were texting before I ever talked about it. She's like, I don't care about
wait. I'm stuck on that. Wait. Deep throating you to the base. Did you say deep throating him to the base of his cock?
Up and kiss or anything. I get it. You guys are in fucking... You're either my best friend who's deep throating me to the base of my cock.
I'm using that. Wait, I'm writing that down. Hold on. I'm writing that down for later. Wait. Yeah, I'm using that later. Oh fuck, did I skip forward or next it? Oh shit. Oh, I can skip. Oh, wait, that's useful.
He's a nobody.
My arrow keys are broken.
You know,
I don't
blah,
know
blah,
if I
blah.
can
And
use
I said, well,
J and
then
L
you'll have
to
no
skip forward
problem
and backwards. That's
publicly
actually clutch.
denouncing it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, the conversation ended.
She never replied.
Ethan, you can't even phrase it in a way that doesn't make you sound like you're being coercive and shitty. Well then, you should have no problem publicly denouncing it, right? Does that sound like a friend? It kind of sounds like something a powerful villain would say.
But it was so funny how she immediately went to comment everywhere, like on our subreddit. She immediately had to comment like, oh, he doesn't work with us anymore.
Then
But that was it. That's all she said.
But then say that you don't.
Okay, do you have
agree.
anything else to say for your friends though?
One of the reasons Anissa was so quick to clarify things in your Reddit is because your Reddit was already talking about who this editor is, and they were spreading misinformation that it was our co-host on our podcast, Uncle Dane. So yeah, the last thing we wanted is this guy getting pulled into this mess, and you guys don't give a fuck. Would it have been nicer and more supportive to say, we don't agree with the things he's saying and we support Ethan and Hila? Sure. Like, yeah, that would have been a nicer thing to say. Our silence means something. It means that we would like to pause this relationship until you figure your shit out.
Yeah.
And then maybe we
That's
can
kind of crazy
find
because
a
like
moment
they're
in
also just
time,
H3 is
I don't know
also
how
just like
long it'll be,
assuming
but a moment in
that
time in the future
items
where things
is
are a
on
little
his
bit
side,
easier to
and he's just not saying
broach.
anything,
I
and
don't
he's like
think we need
immediately
to
like
do
it's like
it right
burning
now,
that bridge.
But you've insisted.
It was crazy.
You've
It's just
insisted
like,
that this is an
wow, what the
important thing to
fuck?
address.
It's a
I
crazy
would
internet
be
crash out.
perfectly fine with you not blasting me on your Instagram story. I would have been perfectly fine with you not blasting me and my wife on your podcast twice. I would be fine with you not brigading my comment section on my podcast.
Did you ever watch the content nuke that H3 made? I never watched it.
Harassment campaigns and
I don't think
instead talk
so.
about Vampire's Kiss.
I kind of
Let me
just
say
stopped
something like he
watching.
doesn't work for me, and I
H3.
strongly disagree, and I
Because
support
he kinda
Ethan
just
and Hila. The problem
got
is
The problem is that she
annoying.
doesn't.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
she
Fell
She
off.
thinks they have a
Should have
point.
known when Joju in the background
Yeah,
was all
so
like,
go
"What the
fuck
fuck is this guy saying?"
Seriously.
Fuck yourself. What about your girl? This is what I'm talking about. This aggression that you're putting out into the world. What the fuck do you think we're gonna do? You think I'm gonna fucking sit on my hands when you do this shit? Like, this is nasty. We had such a fair response to what you guys were going through. We don't support harassment. It's a bad thing, but it happens, and you're perpetuating it.
You fucking propagandist, lying scumbag, terrorist supporter. He probably sets up a mirror and jerks off watching himself. Dan KKK Clancy has a similar view of Hitler.
See, I told
Because Dan Clancy, the Nazi, fucking anti-Semite.
You can't expect
So
other
aggressive,
people
dude.
to
God
stop
damn.
harassing you if you continue to
it's
harass
worse.
people. Let's think about it on a micro level. Have you ever been in a comment section and found someone to argue with? It doesn't stop. It can literally go on forever.
That's literally happening in my video, in the comment section of my video right now.
Yeah. I was looking at your comment section. It was just fucking comment after comment.
It's a war over there right now. Like, hold on, let me pull up the comment section. I'm gonna make a video responding to like a lot of the comments because there are like some valid things I want to bring up, but like, oh my god, like it's like a whole. Oh, that's the wrong one. It's like a whole ward in here, bro. Like, hold on, there's like there's fucking 32 replies, dude. They just keep going. It just keeps going.
Yeah. That's why he's saying you will never find an ending conversation.
Dude, honestly.
Because it's just comment after comment after comment.
After comment after comment. Yeah. Yeah.
If you don't want to touch grass.
I mean, yeah, this was kind of like a line, what happened today, that should never be crossed, even by like the most cynical, toxic people. It's going to have ramifications in terms of how I conduct myself. In terms of these fair weather friends who are, you know, so happy.
Is he talking about iDubbbz in the situation? He did jack shit. He didn't do anything. Like, what do you like? They crossed the line. Like they're not my friends anymore. He didn't do any. He like straight up did nothing. They
Getting
just
something out
They're
of
just
it.
like, oh, it's not the
Ethan,
editor.
that is a
The editor's not the
rich
co-host,
thing to
guys.
say. Like you're the H3 podcast, okay? There's a lot of friends of the show. There's even more fair weather friends of the show. Let's not get into this shit, okay? That is so bizarre and insulting to suggest that I was only ever being friends with you to get something out of it. No, I'm friendly with you, and I'd say I'm a light friend because it's been pleasant hanging out with you. I've enjoyed your content over the years, and as of late, it's gotten really fucking shitty.
Yeah, so go fuck yourself.
Damn.
I agree.
Who else? Who else do we want to burn today?
Who else do we want to burn today? You're making it so fucking obvious that this is your emotional dumping ground. It's horrible. This is not what podcasts are. There was a way to approach this to say like, yeah, we feel hurt by you guys not saying something. You've decided to do the extra thing and attack. Now, in fairness, I am attacking back, but I feel very insulted and I feel defensive and I feel like I am speaking up for a lot of people who have problems with you and a lot of people who have been on the receiving end of your harassment.
It's so easy to be anti-racist. Everybody's anti-racist. Racism is the worst thing in the world, right? We fucking hate racists. Fuck racists.
Microaggressions.
The minute that they actually have to stick their neck out for somebody, the minute they have to actually risk something to put themselves in under scrutiny, to sacrifice something personally to stand up for racism, then all of a sudden it's like, hey, I don't want to get involved.
And that's drama.
How much do you care?
I don't do drama.
How much
Sorry.
do you actually care? Isn't that the whole point? Like,
I realize that Ethan and Hila are
What?
more scared now than they've probably ever been I feel like anti-Semitism is a thought in their heads now more than ever. And it's not completely unjustified to be thinking about that sometimes. You guys are just hurt and you're kind of like dancing around and making very like loose, poorly thought out analogies for something that doesn't even apply to us. It's like me making this video is the standing up for something, and it's saying, fuck you, you guys are being bad. You know, I don't think you're bad people, but you're being bad. You're behaving poorly. You're hurting people.
I mean, go back to the civil rights. You think that the people who are like the white kids who are protesting with the black students, you think that they were just like not risking anything?
Is Ethan the black kid protesting in the situation? Like, I don't understand.
Those kids who are marching with the black students and.
So in Ethan's analogy, he's the black student and I'm the white student, but I'm the white student that's not, you know, marching by his side. I'm not doing the difficult thing. You're gonna have to march on your own, black student.
Marching with the black students
So
and.
stupid.
I mean, why is it inspiring? Why is it inspiring?
Well, and it's the same thing. To bring it back to the song, just because, but it kind of is the same thing. Like I was thinking about going to Gaza until I found out it's dangerous. He's a total performative activist that doesn't give a single fuck about the cause.
It's been performed exquisitely. Harassing one person and seamlessly transitioning into harassing another one. If anyone's been watching for the past fucking year, I'm pretty sure they have a good idea of your feelings about Hassan.
Like people like Anissa are the perfect example because she's friends with these people. She's friends with Denims. Denims is streaming this story about our kid
I'll show that, yeah.
getting Giarda from the dog, whatever.
I'm sorry, I'll accept this take, this position from anyone except you guys. You have laid the groundwork for this type of streaming, which is watching people shit and giving your unfiltered reaction to it. Why would you expect Anissa,
who would do that?
Of all people, to say something to Denims?
Who would do that? Who'd live stream
so by
watching
that
something?
logic, we should be saying shit to you guys all the time.
Who'd live
But
stream
I
drama?
think you guys wouldn't like if we said shit
yeah,
like that to you all the time.
Let me put on
Yeah,
my
we've been
mask.
respecting you as
Dang, that's
independent
crazy.
content creators. You can
Dude,
do what you
dude, that's
want.
crazy,
We'll
bro.
treat you as adults. Maybe we shouldn't have been treating you as adults.
She could say so much, and it would make her a
Wait,
little
should I
bit
make?
uncomfortable,
Wait, hold on.
right?
I kind of want to make this this an XQC button. Give me a second. This is important. This is important now. Hold on. this is important. This is important. I swear. Hold on. Actually, I'll keep playing this.
It's not comfortable. She'll get a little bit of shit.
Yeah, just for
But
saying
that would be
which
commendable.
Which kind of, and by the way, it kind of speaks for itself that saying, hey, their house is claimed, they're, you know, they're actually good people, like that's going to get you shit. That kind of says it all, doesn't it?
There isn't a single person that I respect who would give a fuck if I publicly said that Ethan and Hila are great with their kids, Ethan and Hila didn't kill their dog, and Ethan and Hila
I'm an XQC
wipe
button.
their asses.
XQC
don't
turns
have
on and
Giardia,
off. I press this
whatever
button.
the fucking the prompt is. No one would care. The only person who would care is me, because I'm like, why did I tweet this out? I'm not tweeting out because I'm not your fucking lapdog. That's why I'm not tweeting it out. I'm not saying it to my audience because I don't give a fuck. It's not my business.
That's, in my opinion, doing something that's
Yes, it
difficult
does.
and standing by your principles. That's the whole point. That's what makes standing by your principles admirable, is that it's not always easy.
Why are you saying that I'm not standing up for my principles when you don't even know what they are? I get, like, we're a little bit past directly naming me, so we might have gone off on a tangent. If you maybe accepted the phone call and we talked about it, you could have asked me, hey, what are
Honestly,
your
this
principles? And I
feels
can tell you
completely
the way I've been
avoidable.
behaving
Like, it's a
is
completely avoidable
exactly
situation.
in line with my principles. Now we're going to
just
talk
talk, bro.
about the BDS list.
Oh my
We're
God, this
gonna
is-
start off
I thought he was
with
gonna say
Frogan
BDSM.
because
Holy
obviously
shit, I got
this is,
scared
like,
for a
as
second.
bad as it gets. If you're
Oh,
following
fuck.
Frogan, that can only mean that you're anti-Ethan. Oh, this is not a good start. Love of the H3 podcast. You are following Frogan, so that means that you are anti-Ethan. Sam, Morg Pie, friend of the show. Olivia, Ian,
Morg
Daily
Pie,
Dose
friend
of
of the
Internet
show.
is anti-Ethan? Jesus, this is fucked
No, not
up.
Daily
Pokimane,
Dose.
Comment etiquette. Oh shit, Asmongold.
Asmongold.
Asmongold follows Frogan? No, Asmon. That means you're anti-Ethan. That's fucked up. We're going to want to avoid these creators at the top of the list, but one tier below them are the creators who associate with them. They're essentially endorsing all of their statements. You got me, you got Anissa, I think Hassan's in there. You'd think that Hassan would be on the top of the BDS list, but that's not the case. Hassan provides additional value for people. Ethan can turn a blind eye to people collaborating with Hassan because that's what he did. You gotta be the lowest of the low to be associating with the Frogans and the Denims of the world. To associate with Hassan, that just makes sense because he's famous and he's got a massive fan base. Also, Ethan still follows Hassan on Instagram, so Hassan is in his feed.
And that's showing up right up on us Nissa's and Idub's feed.
It's important to remember that this is a living document and people can be removed or put onto it depending on how Ethan's feeling that day. You have this other tier of creators that exist below Hassan but are still anti-Ethan, but Ethan really doesn't want to bring your attention to these ones because it's kind of unpopular, you know? A lot of them are famous. It's no coincidence that
he's scared of
Ethan
the
stays
backlash, what he's
silent
saying.
when these powerful, popular men are supporting Hassan. It's because Ethan is a coward. He's a bitch-made coward. I think Ethan has an unreasonable amount of respect for these comedians because they have power, they're quick, and I think he knows that they don't fuck with his ideology. But he's gonna keep that to himself because the last thing that he wants to discover is that people that he respects and looks up to, they don't fuck with him.
Bill Burr came on. It was like the worst fucking show. It was just horrible. That was like my lowest moment.
Wait, why was it Young Gravy? What the fuck? When was Young Gravy on this
Burr
shit?
ruined my life. Bill Burr made Ethan go on Lexapro. I was
I
prescribed
feel like I
it,
see
and it
Young
was in my
Gravy in
bed,
those
but-
random
and then it
things,
was
like
the Bill Burr
that
episode.
Sonic Tales
finally
and
start.
When Stavros goes on
Sonic
Hassan's
Tales and Shadow
stream and he
cosplay
mocks
they did with
your
Moist Critical and
content
Baby No
noob,
Money.
I actually saw a really
But just
interesting
appeared
video
out of
about
nowhere.
you, man, and I don't know that I'm even comfortable being here anymore.
Oh no!
It really kind of shed light on you in a way.
Yeah.
You kind of like have leftist politics and stuff like that, and I actually feel betrayed.
Yeah.
And so I'm actually just here to let you know this is the last time I'm ever coming.
you don't fire back because you're coping. So you're just gonna
Was that
tuck your tail
Swagger in the
between
back?
your legs
Huh?
and never
Sound like Swagger in the back.
mention
And so I'm actually just here to let you know this is the last time I'm ever coming.
You don't fire
I don't
back
think so, no.
because you're coping. So you're
It's
just
like,
going to
wait,
tuck your
what,
tail
whatever.
between your legs and never mention on your podcast that mentions everything. You're bringing up some fucking connection I have on Twitter. Someone mocks you on a stream, you're not touching it. Fuck you, you're a coward. It's just his job. It's just what he does for his job. You know, he doesn't mean it. We're actually good friends. You know, he makes fun of everyone. It's not just me, right? Oh, also, I can't forget about Matt Lieb. Matt Lieb is in this like middle tier. His valuable association is Rhett and Link. So Rhett and Link,
No, not Good Mythical
conveniently, are also
Morning.
in this
No.
category of popular and powerful men who Ethan does not want to burn bridges with. Although he's sniffing around.
This guy, Matt Lieb, he works for Good Mythical Morning. Of all people, this guy, Matt Lieb, who apparently is a producer for Good Mythical Morning.
Well,
this guy
it's-
works for Good Mythical Morning, acting like he's wholesome, and he's bringing on somebody that wants to kill my wife, or in a video.
Bro,
game.
what
and
the
I think he
fuck?
should be fired, frankly. And I hope he is fired. He's pathetic, and he interviewed a fucking, basically a terrorist.
I think Ethan only respects power right
Basically
now,
a
which is one of
terrorist
the
is a
reasons I made this video in the
crazy
first
accusation.
place, is because he thinks I'm weak. He thinks a lot of these other creators that he's gone out of his way to attack, he thinks that they're weak, and he thinks they're a target that he can bully, he can manipulate, he can send lawsuits to, and I want him to know that we're not going to be bullied. You're being a piece of shit, and we're going to call you out.
So here's the button. You've got a video, and you've got an audio. We're hitting both.
Wait, what? What does the button do? Does it just cut out audio and video? So you can just say like all the slurs you want to? Like what's happening? Shit, maybe I kind of need that actually. Wait, it's kind of fire. That's kind of fire.
I don't want to go there.
Yes.
There's no point.
Let's leave.
Yeah, there's no need.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't want to. Oh shit. Like, how pathetic are you? Don't worry if you don't have it all now. I don't like pedophile. Like the Eye of Sauron. I see you. I see you out there, you fucking cockroach. You'll be living with your parents for a lot longer, buddy. Yes, please. I want to be a good Jew. I'm a good Jew. Please, guys, please.
That's fine.
That was fine.
Yeah, I don't think it was that.
That was fine.
Big a deal. Of all the
The
things,
button.
it always surprises me what you think crosses the line.
Well, I looked at Olivia and she's like, yes, do it.
Now let's talk about the button. Ethan got this button, or kill switch, as a response to the controversy with Cutie Cinderella. He was not able to control himself in that moment, and instead of figuring out how he can change his behavior, he spent $20,000.
Dan and Ela
20 grand? Dude, I can do that with just like my stream deck right here. What do you mean 20 grand?
We would kill that right now if we could. I can't change who I am.
I know. That's why the kill button is on its way.
That's it. See, exactly.
He uses the button for everything. If his jokes don't land, he's hitting the button.
It was being presented as if the Jordan crying thing.
I hit the button.
Why?
I don't think I needed to, but you guys were giving me crickets, so I panicked.
If he's insecure about getting something wrong, he's hitting the button.
But okay.
You
what? Button for that? What on this frame could Ethan have responded to? Perhaps the country flag that he got wrong? Maybe. I don't know.
If he goes on a problematic tirade, he's hitting the button.
Before, look how sad. But yeah, it's not just that. Like their eyes are like big.
What the fuck? Wait, what the fuck?
I think you guys are wrong on this one. I think you guys are all wrong on this one.
I don't think he's unique in hitting the button. I think if all of us had buttons, we'd hit the button all the time. But if you don't have it,
Shit, I might need a button, Loki.
You think about what you're saying.
20
You maybe
grand.
plan your
20
show
grand,
a
fuck.
little bit more. You maybe say,
The whole
I'm
car,
not going
dude.
to have my
That's a good car.
podcast be an emotional dumping ground for today. You instead say, ooh, it's important that we stay on topic. Also, the H3 community and Ethan himself use the phrase goblin mode all the time
Goblin
to
mode?
excuse a lot of his shitty behavior or make it seem less bad.
I've been diagnosed with goblin mode, actually.
By claiming that what happens is he just gets into this like uncontrolled state he refers to as goblin mode.
I do not call myself goblin mode.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what you did.
Goblin mode? Is that what you're calling Tourette's now?
Message to all victims of goblin mode. I would like to issue an apology.
You are goblin mode today. You're goblin mode. Look how many times you paused the
I'm trying,
video.
bro.
And I don't think there's no room for using the term goblin mode. I like the idea that you're defending yourself and the little guy by going goblin mode when a big corporation or a big entity is trying to attack you.
Like, if you fuck me over, if you steal money from me, if you patronize me, if you do any of this shit like you're trying to do to me, to treat me like a fucking idiot, I'm crazy, dude. I've gone fucking goblin mode over way less.
But you not thinking about what you're saying, not, reflecting on your behavior, not changing your behavior, that's not goblin mode. That's being a child. Let's talk about the crew. I think the crew
Because it's a
has been
childish
put
way
in
to,
the
like,
worst working
just label your
environment that you
tantrums.
possibly can be for a fucking podcast. Every crew member has it bad. To be around Ethan, period, would be a nightmare right now.
I'm standing
doesn't
by
sound
every
particularly
fucking
great.
syllable of that, okay? What she did was abhorrent. And by the way,
Just don't. Listen, your critique of her is correct. It's just, people are sensitive about women being called that word. And so...
like, how pathetic are you? You know what I mean?
Well,
I'm not assuming his pronouns. And fuck all these people. Go ahead.
No,
and I'm
no.
not yelling at you. I'm just... Kelly is a black woman, right?
Yes.
Maziel is a...
Korean.
Oh, Dan, come on. You're being such a buzzkill. Yeah, I didn't know Korean. I asked if Koreans are POs.
Bro.
God.
Dan's in the bathroom. Let's just not do this right now.
I asked if Korean people are
Just-
POCs.
The one time the button didn't work and we listened to
have
how
no
he
words.
spoke to AB without thinking that the
That's
internet was
just
going
kind of
to
crazy.
hear
Like,
it.
you
It
just, oh
was
my god,
rude.
what the
It was
fuck?
nasty and it didn't have
Wait, are these live streams or those podcasts? Because if it's a podcast, why don't you just edit it out, right? Or is it like a full live stream?
this caveat
I don't know
of,
how
like,
H3 does
I'm
this
not mad
stuff.
at you. It was anger and it was uncalled for.
Use they get access to cover most of it.
Doing it.
What are you
It's
doing?
so awkward and terrible.
I'm sorry, I'm not.
Just like this is what I'm talking about when it's always like.
We need to get home for our kids.
It's like, bro.
Oh no, I didn't want to finish it right now. I was just talking about finishing Wednesday.
On Friday, maybe. Is it?
You guys, like...
All right, I'm taking my hand off the.
Ay.
What? Okay, well.
I heard all that.
Thanks, Button.
And he didn't want to take accountability for it. He immediately wanted to deflect, and he wanted to say that the Button fucked him.
First of all, I appreciate the hard work.
I know
you've
you do,
done, and
I
I
know.
loved it, and I really enjoy it. But it's like every time we do it, it's like the show is what it is, and
I know.
it makes it.
I was being selfish.
No, dude, that Button me, dude. Can
That's
you
crazy.
imagine that
I'm
Button
sorry. The
fucked
Button
me
made me
over
say all
like
that racist shit, guys.
The
I'm so
Button
sorry.
fucked you? AB
sorry.
fucked you? Who fucked you? You fucked yourself by being an asshole. He makes it seem like he's not a tyrant of a boss.
We're doing it.
What are
Making
you
it
doing?
so awkward and terrible. I appreciate the hard work.
I know
you've
you do,
done, and
I
I
know.
loved it, and I really enjoy it.
Dan, his producer, is constantly clarifying things on the air and making it clear that what Ethan said was a joke. Ethan is being overly defensive, or he's saying things that are like not true and he's exaggerating.
People saw that. They thought that that was what you searched to
I did
pull
not
up that
type
photo. So I'm just clarifying.
Thank you for clarifying. I appreciate you doing that. God forbid.
It's okay because I buttoned it.
Why?
Because
it's not that big of a deal, man.
just
Like,
your
how
inability to.
No. Hold on, Dan. How does it change anything? People knowing that we did it.
It's fun when it's a surprise.
Okay, well, tell.
Well, you just asked how it changed
Surprise
things.
them on your show.
Okay. All right.
You know, I understand that that's his role, and he's, you know, Ethan's made that his job, or Dan's made it his job. Ethan leans on it so heavily, in the same way that he leans on the Button. Ethan is leaning on all of these people to be adults and look after his behavior and give all of this emotional and empathetic energy for Ethan, but Ethan refuses to give it back to them. Also, let's talk about AB and Lena, two Lebanese employees, and you just continue to talk about the conflict like they don't exist. It would be nicer, a lot nicer, for you to shut the fuck up about it. You're allowed to do that.
Hezbollah in
Holy
Syria
shit,
alone
that's
killed double
crazy.
that much.
2 hours worth
2 hours?
him talking about Israel and
All right, I'm gonna
Palestinians.
move on. I just want to play Hassan talking
Dude,
about bad
honestly.
empanada.
Ethan doesn't want to change, and he wants to bring
fuck?
the entire crew down with him.
I don't know. It was this
Because
bad.
he's putting them in this position every day, right? But it's more important that he gets this shit off his chest. It's more important that he dumps. We're all familiar with Goblin Mode. Well, Ethan debuted a new mode recently.
And by the way, my ratio is pretty good. Like I'm looking at like 20 goblin modes to 1 too far. Demon mode, let's call it.
Okay.
What makes Demon Mode different than Goblin Mode is
I don't know what
goblins
to
aren't
say.
really like an
Just-
intimidating,
what?
powerful force.
Guys,
if the goblin is
I
persistent,
got my racist mode,
get
and then
what
I
it
got my
wants.
super
When I'm
racist
done
mode.
with the other one, the big one that's dropping probably next week, my full attention is going to you, George. Like the Eye of Sauron. I see you. I see you out there, you fucking cockroach.
Ethan, the reason the
What?
internet got behind you when you were being sued by Matt Haas or when you were being sued by Ryan Kavanaugh is because people saw you as the underdog. They saw you as the guy who's defending the common man.
I'm suing, and I cannot
forgot he went to that
wait
lawsuit. That shit
for
was
you
crazy.
guys to read it. At the moment, we are writing 3 complaints for 3 people.
You are doing the classic rich asshole thing. You have a deficit of friends, you have a surplus of enemies. You feel really bad, you feel hurt, but you also have a surplus of money. So what can you do? You can use that money to bully and intimidate people.
Oh,
These
I thought I was gonna say like
public
buy
legal threats that you're
friends.
making to
That
fellow
works too, I
creators,
guess.
these legal threats that you're making to people on Reddit, on Twitter, you're like, I'm hurt. These people are hurting me. What do I do to stop it? There's nothing I can do to stop it. I'm powerless. No, you have a ton of power. You have a ton of options. You have a ton of choice. That's exactly what you get for being filthy rich, is you can do all of these things.
I've never want to sue someone for defamation, but like at what point do you kind of fucking have to? I mean, this is like basically someone calling you a pedophile. Be like, yeah, you know, Ethan's a pedophile.
Dan Clancy or whatever, like the CEO of Twitch, and being
Pedophile. Dan
Dude, I was about to
KKK
say,
Clancy
like,
has
wasn't
a
he
similar
just
view
calling
of
Dan
Hitler.
Clancy a
Because
pedophile?
Dan Clancy, the Nazi.
And he was like, oh, I gotta
fucking
sue for defamation,
anti-Semite.
guys.
There are
I'd never do
certain
that.
things you can accuse people of that rise above to make it like actionable, which is like wrongfully accusing someone of being a pedophile, a sex criminal, a murderer, shit like that. Dan Clancy
Online.
now, in other words, he is a pedophile.
You have so much less to go off of saying that than anybody.
It's like a
has about
whole
Mary
thing
on
he
his
just said.
looks.
It's a whole bit
Just
of
on
his
his face,
fucking
on
show.
Well, at least you're self-aware.
That's 100% a joke. I have no evidence to conclude that he is.
Does he have an in Minecraft fucking overlay? That's fire as fuck, actually. I need that. I'm gonna need that too.
I have nothing but.
Man,
vibes
Ethan teaching me
to
so
gain,
many
and
ways to not
potentially
take
your money as
responsibility.
well.
I'll take accountability.
Don't worry
I'm
if you
fucking
don't
with
have
it.
it all now. I'll garnish your wages. You're gonna be
That's
living with your
sarcasm,
parents
it's a
for a
joke,
lot
it's a
longer,
joke. I
buddy.
swear I'm not racist.
26, you know what I mean?
think.
Try 46.
Noah made a video that was critical of Ethan and other content creators when they're talking about Israel and Palestine. I mean, the way he's talking about Noah on his podcast is so fucking creepy and weird.
Is this a new thing?
This is a new thing. This happened during the show. Upon initial examination, it seems to check out, and it's not great for young Noah.
Can I say that? Don't say it yet.
I'll say it.
So he's a rape. So of course his standard. I don't know what he's accused of, so I'm not actually going to say. But
Ethan brought on a former partner of Noah to basically just shit talk him and say that he's a bad partner. But that's all that Ethan was able to extract out of it.
you are not accusing him of committing any crimes or doing R-word or anything like that. The accusation is that he's a sleaze.
Absolutely. Noah
Yeah.
Sampson, as far as I know, is not a rapist.
Fuck you to Noah Sampson, who's not just a liar and a scumbag, but also a creep, allegedly.
Allegedly.
Now let's talk about the
What?
left-leaning Democrat.
He presents himself as someone like me.
Is that Hassan Piker
left-leaning
playing
Democrat
Marvel Rivals in the background? What the fuck? It's kind of fire, actually.
who supports basic things.
The thing that made me start to question Ethan's intentions is that when he was suggested to talk to Sam Cedar, a fellow progressive, a guy that
I fuck with
Ethan
that guy heavy,
respects
actually.
and looks
He's so
up
smart.
to,
He works for
He's so cool.
with Sam Cedar at the Majority Report. I respect him and what they do there.
he kept saying that it was racist or anti-Semitic to suggest that he talked to someone who's within the same ethnic group as him.
That's why I said yesterday, like, I urge Ethan to talk to Sam Cedar. There are very thoughtful, very kind anti-Zionist Jews out there that he could talk to. I don't think that I will be able to reach him.
What's the insinuation that I only listen to other Jewish people? You need to talk to my pre-approved list of Jews that like agree with me on everything. You know, it doesn't matter if they're Jewish, dude. It doesn't matter if they're fucking Jewish.
I think most Jews.
I don't think Jews
this
at
is
large
great.
view it. I don't think that that is the.
What in what position are you to even say that?
It was not motivated by
Entire ethnic
myself.
group.
It's motivated
That's
by
crazy to me.
Jews against anti-Zionist
No,
Jews.
seriously, how can you speak for my entire ethnic group? I find that really interesting.
Ethan, I don't know what to
Dude.
fucking tell you. This is
What the
like
fuck?
step one of having a leftist ideology is recognizing
Why would you
our
think
race, religion,
that
nationality,
another
all
person
this
of my
shit,
ethnicity
all
would
shape
make me
our
feel would be
as
better
people.
to explain this to
the
me,
reason
and then
why
he's
I'd be
literally
better served
complaining
to
about
have
how
this
you're not part of my
conversation
ethnic
not with
group.
myself, but
You can't explain this to me. You
an
don't have a right to talk to me about
anti-Zionist,
this. Like,
Jewish
what? What does he
person.
want?
Why does it matter if they're Jewish?
Because I'm not Jewish, and you've said in this conversation that, like, how can you tell me how to feel about the situation?
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, but how is one person of representative of Jews at large? I'm just telling you how Jewish people around the world interpret that phrase.
So yes, Ethan, on
What?
occasion you might be suggested
What?
to talk to someone who has some crossover with you. It
Also,
doesn't have to be your
we're not
ethnicity.
talking
It
because
could
there's
possibly
people-
be someone
Oh,
who
okay,
shares
okay.
progressive ideology with you. It could possibly be someone who is of your same gender. I think Ethan understands this concept very well. He listened to these women on his show when they told him that he shouldn't be calling women bitches.
This bitch is intolerable. You are such a nasty fucking bitch, Ken.
I don't know if you can call her a bitch though.
She is a bitch. She's a
what do you-
fucking.
okay,
You're right.
I'm
I call her a
curious-
see you next Tuesday.
Listen,
if
you
I
have
could.
you have
Curious, what do Lena and Sam think about it?
I wouldn't be okay with that.
Yeah.
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 I feel like that it's for the girlies, Ethan.
Damn.
But I
So
agree.
you
The
guys all
aura
seem to
loss
be
is
in
crazy.
consensus that it's
are.
important.
Not that he had any to begin with,
I
but
think to
damn.
respect the women here in the room, I'm gonna have to pass on saying that.
Did he like
The
physically got
infantilization of
smaller when
Ethan
they were
Klein
calling
is
him out?
fucking
That's funny as fuck.
nauseating. He's not a child. He is absolutely capable of looking into Hassan, learning about his politics, interviewing, doing loads of things to figure out where he stands.
He presents himself as someone like me, a left-leaning Democrat who supports basic things. And for the first time, I noticed an inordinate amount of radical, hardcore leftists. I mean, I thought we were social democrats, not whatever this was. This comment from Hassan really started to sound some alarms in my head. I was already getting uncomfortable with our partnership. I started to wonder if I had any idea.
Is he saying that he like doesn't? Wait, Wait, I don't understand. Is he saying that like, oh my god, I'm starting to learn more about this guy, and he's setting some red flags despite having like a whole show with him? Shouldn't you like know the person you're gonna have a show with before you start that show?
Guy actually is.
Right? Did I say that right? Did that come out of my mouth correctly?
Like, this guy made a fucking program with the biggest mega leftist on the platform.
Wait, literally,
Now
bar
he's
for bar,
acting
what I
like
just
he
said.
was
Not really
tricked
bar for
and he
bar.
was incapable of figuring out what this guy's beliefs were. Bro, I didn't make the fucking leftist program. You did. You made fucking, what, 60 some odd episodes of this shit for hours talking to this guy? You didn't have a problem with any of it until, Ethan talks about
Bruh.
being aware of Hassan's 9/11 comments and then sort of leaves it at that. Like it was just a joke. Actually, I think Ethan describes them as edgy moments or jokes.
You might remember him from such classics as...
America deserved 9/11, dude. Fuck it. I'm saying it.
Now, to be clear, I knew about all these edgy and controversial jokes at the time we made the show together, because who am I to judge?
No, Ethan, those aren't jokes, right? When someone makes a controversial statement like that, that's not them trying to be funny. I can understand why you would conflate the two. That is someone who is extremely frustrated and passionate about a particular topic. In this case, American imperialism and terrorism. You could have looked into that. You could have talked to Hassan a little bit more and found out what his international politics opinions are. But you wouldn't even need to do that. You can look at it online. You're not a victim. You weren't tricked. You made 60 some odd episodes. If you didn't want to go down this route, you shouldn't have done it.
No, yeah,
But that
literally,
was
like,
your fucking
it's not.
choice. You did it.
It's not
You're an
hard
adult.
to
When Ethan and Eli
clarify
are
all
watching
of this.
Matt
I hate it when they
saying
just like
that
take
one state
when
doesn't
people will just take like
represent all Jews,
one
they
statement
cannot wrap their
and
heads
then
around the
just
idea.
exaggerate it. They exaggerate something that sounds maybe a little similar to what you said originally and run with that. It's just so annoying. It's an annoying way to accuse somebody of something horrible.
This is another weird thing.
Oh my
Israel
God.
Israel, this is a lie that I see Hassan and people pander. They say that Israel's going to war on behalf of Judaism. They have never, I don't believe that that's ever been stated. And I don't think Israel ever explains that it's like, I think Israel says it's a place where Jews can go.
Israel's just a place Jews can go?
That's
With
crazy,
that
bro.
slogan, we might actually have peace. You know, if that's all you're defining Israel as, is a place Jews can go. Like, sure, it sounds like America to me. Like, all right.
I don't think that Israel said they represent all Jews. I don't think that's a stance. We're like, hey, displacing Palestinians is all Jewish people.
Ethan is being so disingenuous here to suggest that he doesn't understand what Matt Lieb is saying. Like, he's making a semantic argument. Like, I don't think Israel has said that it represents every last Jew on the planet. I don't think Israel has claimed that.
Yeah, just
They're not
completely
gonna say
ignoring
that their
the
most
actual
genocidal
point of the
behavior
argument. That's
represents
crazy.
anything to do with them, okay? But what they are going to do is they're going to inexplicably link Israel and Jewishness together. So when they're being criticized, all of a sudden they have the perfect defense. Oh, another thing I need to mention. There was a tier list. It was called the Who Can Say Habibi tier list. It was presented at TwitchCon as like a
Yeah, it's funny
panel
as fuck,
that was just
actually.
meant to be lighthearted and fun. And Ethan Klein saw that, and he decided that it was anti-Semitic.
Here, listen, we're going to need your help to discuss and figure out who can say Habibi and who can't.
And also, we have tiers. We have Arab coded. They ask permission to say Habibi. You know, like you got like a white guy's like, can I say it? Is it a slur? And then Love Sabra, which is they're not Arab coded at all.
Now, when I first saw this tier list, I immediately knew what it was doing. I was like, oh, it's a play on the who has the N-word pass and who doesn't tier list. Granted, Habibi is very different than the N-word.
I've got a crazy history with the
N-word.
N-word.
Word amongst Arabic-speaking people and Muslim people. Like that is a word.
Do you think he
that's
debated like
used.
talking
Habibi,
about this?
it
Actually, like,
means my
dang,
love.
fuck,
no,
should
don't do
I
that,
talk
Habibi.
about the
Oh,
N-word?
yes, Habibi. You're my Habibi, I know
Should I
Habibi.
reference the N-word
So
given
yes,
my
it
history?
needs to be a fun way that these Arab content creators can express their Arab culture and be proud of it and happy about it, because it's not like they have massive representation on the platform.
Making a tier list based on race.
Which is
And nobody has
fair.
a fucking problem
No,
with that.
a tier list based on race. Dude,
Where's
that is
the Jewish
not...
panel? Where's the Jewish panel? Where at the top it says Jewish. It's a tier list based on
Like, how do
Arab
you
to Jew. He's Arab, which is
misunderstand
good.
it that
That's the
bad?
best thing
How do
can
you
be
do
on
that?
this.
That's the best.
Like the
This is
mental
this is
gymnastics.
racist.
I will say that
The mental
conveying information through a tier
gymnastics you need
list
to go
is
through to
not the
just
most effective
misunderstand
thing,
this whole tier
but
list.
Ethan should understand this principle. He did a white slurs tier list with Hassan.
Cracker.
I mean, you know what my take is.
We can't put this as an F. Cracker. I mean, that's got to be at least a D, right?
Pale face motherfucker.
Pale face. I mean, again, I think that's an F. Hog.
So hog is my favorite. I use it all the time.
Him and Hassan feel as though they are white guys, so they felt very comfortable talking about white slurs on their tier list.
I think I'm more white than you. What do you think?
I think I'm white. Like, I'm super white.
Can you understand why Arabs might feel comfortable talking about Arab shit on their tier list, Ethan? You're the white guy. You think you're more white than Hassan.
I think I'm more white than you.
So yeah, the white guy can say all the things that he wants, like cracker, but the Arabs can't have their tier list.
I would put him also in Arab. I know Turkish people are different.
Notice how they dropped the premise almost immediately that it's about who can say Habibi. And then it's like Hassan, okay, actually he's Arab. We fucking love him. He's dope. He's Arab.
Habibi is an Arabic word. That is an Arabic word, Ethan.
Funny about this whole thing is that they say Habibi in Israel. Again, people underestimate just how like mixed Israeli culture is. Like
we say Habibi in Israel. Yes, Ethan. Another piece of evidence as to why it isn't anti-Semitic.
This is racist.
If you're not Arab or understand Arab culture at all, which is a lot of Americans, and Ethan Klein presents you this tier list and calls it anti-Semitic, you're just going to eat it up. Dude. It's not. Ethan is just proving his location on this tier list under Love Sabra because he doesn't understand Arab culture. There's a lot of Arabs who eat
What's
sabra.
up, Johnny?
There's a lot of people like me who eat sabra.
You fuck with
a lot of
sabra,
the times
Johnny?
It's all that's in the store, and I'm gonna buy it and I'm gonna eat it, but it is not the good shit. Like the average Arab American, they're gonna go in the store and the only option they have is fucking sabra.
Just
and
fucked up.
That sucks. That's the only option, right?
How is it
Arab
being
communities and
definitely not
distribution
famous?
Facilities are not widespread across the U.S. So what are they left with?
Still broke.
They're left with
My car's
a
I like
common
literally my car broke down last night. I don't like I need money like bad, like genuinely. Like this ad revenue better go crazy. Do you think oh shit, I'm open that. Do you think if I turn on the XQC mode, people will like funnel in, be like, oh my god, XQC streaming, guys, and then I'll get money? Do you think that'll work?
Definitely not streaming right now.
Oh shit. What happened to my car? I'm not entirely sure. I was driving Rigo and Jesus home. Yeah, literally Jesus Christ. I was driving him home, and it smelled like the engine was burning, and I wasn't sure it was mine, but like I was like, fuck, I gotta be sure because it's an old ass car. It's not even that old. It's just really used. It's like used. So sorry, I'm thinking about a lot of things right now. And so we pulled over, and then a little bit of smoke was just like coming out from like the trunk, around the the hood. Oh my god, I can't think. It was coming out of the hood, and we couldn't find like the fucking issue. The coolant was fine, and the engine itself wasn't really overheating according to like the meter and everything. So I had no idea what the fuck was going on. And then the battery and brake lights turned on. So my guess right now is that there's an oil leak that fried the alternator. So I had to like leave it in front of a Planet Fitness overnight, because that's like the closest like overnight place that seemed fairly safe was. And then we just took it in today to the mechanic, and he's not going to be able to look at it until tomorrow. So yeah, car's kind of cooked, and I don't even know if I can afford to get it fixed, low key. So like, shit, if y'all trying to if you're on Twitch, if you want to subscribe, or if you're on YouTube, become a member, that'd be pretty fire.
Eatable shitty hummus, which is sabra. And what's so fucking pathetic about
this is what I get for being a broke college student. This is what I get for going to the racist school.
For 30 days. He goes on to talk about how bad Sabra hummus is on his show.
I don't think anybody prefers Sabra over homemade like restaurant quality hummus. It's what's there.
Dude, I fuck with hummus heavy though. Like, oh my god.
Weird.
Yeah.
I would buy it sometimes and eat it. It's not the best, The problem is with Sabra, in my opinion, it's only good for the first 2 days.
So why are we talking about
Like,
Sabra?
when
Did
you
I
eat
miss
this
something?
Sabra shit,
Did
it's
they
just
say
so
it's
much heavier.
anti-Semitic to talk about
Imagine
Sabra?
eating a whole fucking vat of Sabra. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I've never liked hummus.
Oh, okay.
Well, you hate Jews then.
I don't.
And Arabs.
Yeah.
This is racist. Yeah, it's almost like you can have a discussion about Sabra hummus being a bad hummus without it being at all related to a Jewish thing or an Israeli thing. He can have that discussion as much as he wants on his podcast because we all know his intentions aren't anti-Semitic.
This is what he did. He hit his heart hard.
That's crazy.
Zionism
That's fucking
is leading
insane.
to not accepting other cultures,
Bro.
embracing their own culture, and instead thinking that that is an attack on you. There's this incident on the podcast where they were reacting to Cutie Cinderella, and Ethan was laughing during it. So that ended up being a pretty important wake-up call for Ethan. He made an apology video directed at Cutie Cinderella, and it was graded by a professional psychologist, Dr. Kirk Honda of Psychology in Seattle.
Pretty
And
fire.
Ethan got an A+ rating.
Damn, A
Public apology,
plus.
this is A+.
Ethan won't stop talking about his A+ rating.
You know he rated my apology to Cutie Cinderella a perfect score.
Wait, is there like
Perfect 10 out of 10.
Is there other scores? Can I look at like the Logan Paul apology? Wait, who is this?
By a professional psychologist, Dr. Kirk Honda.
Doctor. How do I spell that? Dr. Kerr. I'm definitely butchering this. Dr. Kirkonda. H3 rating. Oh, Turkonda. Is that right? I don't even know. I want to see. I want to see what other. Okay, maybe that's not the right name. I'll figure this out later. It's fine. I want to see what other apologies he's
Psychology in
rated.
Seattle. And Ethan got an A+ rating.
In terms of a public apology, this is A+.
Ethan won't stop talking about his A+ rating.
You know he rated my apology to Cutie Cinderella a perfect score, a perfect 10.
A perfect 10 out of 10.
Guys, look, I'm
Literally
so
10 out of
humble,
10. Go back.
guys. Can you
I
tell?
can teach you how to make a good apology. I'm
Right,
the best at
10
it.
out of 10.
I know what a perfect apology is, lady. You fucking don't. Is my perfect apology in this PowerPoint? Dude, I got a perfect 10 out of 10.
This one is actually best apology, so.
Ethan Klein, you guys, oh my God.
I was trying
What?
really hard to think about
Did he give
impactful
himself an
moment
award?
during
I don't
this
understand.
video.
Is
Like,
it the
could I do
streamies?
something that would really wake Ethan up? And I don't know if this came from a good place or not, but I came up with the idea of getting Ethan's grade changed from an A to a B at least. So I went
Wait,
to
that's
visit
funny as fuck.
psychology in Seattle. I'm not confident that
Oh my
Kirk
God.
will change his grade.
No,
but
wait, please
it's
tell me
worth
he changed the
trying,
grade.
And you know,
That'd be so
we might
funny.
learn a thing or two.
Xander! Probably get pretty low marks. Unlike me, perfect score, 10. I said, hey, Lud, no wig drama. Why are you such a spineless coward of a person now that you've inserted yourself and your girlfriend into this conversation?
Okay, iDubbbz, I hear you. You're in the room with me right now. I hear you. I hear your request. I understand it. I can understand where it's coming from. And I guess have a policy that when there is a grade for an apology, I am just grading that discrete apology as I see it without taking any consideration of prior or future behavior. If you're wanting me to comment on the overall behavior or the recent behavior from the clips that you have shown me, I believe that Ethan is a good person and that eventually he will feel sorrow and will feel sorry and will apologize. And I will be there to evaluate that apology when it happens, which I know it will.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
That's a fire response, though.
Unfortunately, Kirk did not change his grade, but that's okay because this is the internet. Anyone can have their own official apology rating system. So I'm going to rate Ethan's apology a B-. That's just based on my own feelings and my own rubric. When Psychology in Seattle was watching these video clips of Ethan, he said that it looks like Ethan could just use a hug. Now, of course, it kind of pisses me off to hear that shit because I'm like, What are we doing? What are we saying? He needs a hug? No, he doesn't need a hug. He needs a good fucking ass whooping is what he needs.
Yeah, put him in the new
I think
creator
something
clash.
that's very
Dude,
important
fire.
to me in bringing back
Actually,
content
who is
cop
IDubbbz fighting in
is
the
to
creator
be
clash?
fair.
Is he gonna
I
fight
think
somebody
that
this time
was
around?
something that was
I'm
not
actually curious.
illustrated in
I'll
previous
check after
content
this.
cops that I think should have been and probably wouldn't have left me with so much regret. Ethan deserves all of the criticism that he's getting. I think it's very valid. But I also think at the end of the day, we should acknowledge that he's human because he is human.
Yeah, I
And he is in a
guess.
situation
I guess we can have
that's
sympathy or
making him
whatever.
extremely scared, paranoid, defensive, sensitive, and I'm sure other features and feelings. In the spirit of Kirk saying that it looks like Ethan could just use a hug, I have challenged some of his most powerful haters to put down the haterade and just say something nice and charitable about him because I think he deserves it.
I just wanted to say that I respect that you are genuinely yourself on the internet. I think a lot of other people respect you.
Is
for
that
it as
all
well.
she can say?
I think that's a big reason why people were drawn to your content in the first place.
Hey,
I
you
think
know-
that's
you
a
know
lot
what?
of the reason why your employees
You're
chose to
very,
work
you're
with
you're a
you
very horrible
over
person,
anyone
but I
else.
respect
Ethan,
that
I think it's respectful
you're
that you
yourself.
even began this journey
Like
to leave
what?
behind the anti-SJW crowd and step into a more empathetic worldview. I know it's not easy.
Ethan Klein, I think that when you are being goofy, when you're being silly, when you are being lighthearted, and just having fun with your friends, I think that is when you're at your best.
Okay, so
I'd
that
like
actually
to see
feels
more
like an
of
actual
that.
compliment.
That'd be sick.
I will be reading my letter off because I don't want to sound robotic. H3 used to be the sports for good that I used to watch. I hope that one day gets back to what I remember. You were one of the inspirations for me to start creating content, so all this has stunk. I hope you really hear this. And I wish you the best.
Damn.
I think Ethan
That's
Klein
gotta
rocks
suck.
a buzz cut pretty good, and I think he's got a good choice of facial hair. I think it's really cool what he did 8 years ago, fighting that.
I really like your
frivolous
mustache, pretty
lawsuit.
fire.
That was pretty fucked up, and fighting it, he changed YouTube for the better, and I thought that was cool because I thought it was like he was fighting for free speech.
I also see the dynamic of Ethan and Neil. I'm like, fuck, it's really hard to be a couple online and see people attacking your partner, and it's like, okay, like if you come to their defense, if that doesn't always help them, right? Sometimes that makes it worse for them.
And I have been kind of slipping into a very unhealthy place where it's gotten worse and worse, and I get criticized more and more, and I get more defensive and more hold up, a feeling of almost infallibility that I could take anything on. It led me to make a lot of mistakes, and then when I was criticized for those mistakes, then I would act extremely defensive.
That's what he's doing right now.
Nasty.
Bar for
and
bar.
Not really processing.
Only that
them
it's gotten
in a
worse.
way.
Yeah, I was getting significantly worse. Oh, damn, that's it? Dang.
That's honestly kind of sad.
Yeah, that's
like seeing the rest of it, that like they genuinely care about Ethan, and then
Yeah, damn,
they
that
just told him to,
sucks.
like, yeah,
Wow, those.
the likes are still going up, which is crazy.
That's yeah, that is crazy. 47,000 dislikes is also kind of crazy.
Yeah.
It's the last good cop I've gone 2 degrees and had 3 children. Actually, wait, what the fuck? I guess yeah, it's been 7 years, right? Yeah. Since the last content cop, I became addicted to drugs, got clean, got extremely fit in the gym, got a job, got promoted, relapsed for 1 year, lost everything, and got clean again. What the fuck? Nothing has changed in my life since the last content cop. Bro, that's funny as fuck.
Honestly, yeah, I feel that guy right there. Nothing's really changed.
No, dude, that's fucking crazy
Except
though.
moving.
When I saw him post that he was gonna do another content cop, I was really skeptical, and I was like, "Wonder who's gonna."
I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be like Sam Hyde.
Oh, like a Sam Hyde, yeah, or like I don't know who I thought it was gonna be on. I thought it was gonna be like dude, I don't even know.
His most recent one was Sam Hyde.
Yeah, because I was like the most recent drama with Sam Hyde and Froggy Fresh, right? That was. No, not was it Froggy? No, it was I don't remember their name. It might have been Froggy Fresh. I can literally just look it up actually, I guess. Okay, no, yeah, Froggy Fresh. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
And to
Insane. I really don't know what to say. Like, I just wow. I didn't know it was this bad. 'Cause I just see like 'Cause I just see the back and forth within like the last like few months, just like from the not even like from a third person view, like from like I'm watching somebody else react to their whole situation. Essentially, I don't even know like all the details of what's happening. That's kind of crazy. Like I was like, oh, I guess H3 is like a cool guy. I think I'm not sure though. And then just seeing like the content cop H3, I was like, okay, what the fuck? What the fuck happened? Holy shit! God damn, is there like did he? So wait, where was H3 streaming? Where was Ethan streaming? I want to see that VOD. Is he on
YouTube?
On YouTube? It's like in my eye. Fuck. No, I can I not see the VODs. That's fucked up.
I think he deleted it because he's
Hey man,
saying goodbye.
I
to YouTube. I think that was his last stream.
What? Ethan reacts to Idub's content cop. Oh, H3 podcast streamed 1 hour ago.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Any fucking water. I'll watch the whole thing. I don't give a fuck.
Oh my god.
Oh, great. You got psychology in Seattle. My 10 out of 10 perfect apology.
It could be in jeopardy, dude.
This is actually.
It could be in jeopardy.
This is actually fucking unbelievable. People were like, oh, he's doing a content cop. I was like, oh, okay. The best guess I heard was like, oh, maybe he's doing it on Kick.
Honestly, Kick would have been a good one.
On Kick.
Yeah.
So you watched the video.
I'm kidding, by the way. People are gonna be like, this is all he had to say?
Actually, I'm more curious about what he had to say like towards the end, like to the whole, hey man, we fuck with you, kind of.
You went fucking way too far.
Yeah, you're right. Oh wait, it's like towards here. Wait, did I go too far?
Yes.
Why is he? Wait, I'm kind of confused now. Hold on. The hour's like the video is like an hour and 6 minutes long, so 57. So 1 hour 57. Oh my god, this guy was streaming for a while. What the fuck? Okay, 1 hour 57. We'll go like right here.
You guys don't care about what he's writing out.
Like, this is your example of not accurate propaganda? Is like,
oh my god. Is he only 7 minutes in, like 1 hour into watching the fucking video?
God, bro, you have no idea what you're.
What the fuck? It's worse than me.
Talking about
over for the first.
That was just taking a dress.
I don't think he watched all of it.
No relations to him. Like what?
Dude, there's no shot he didn't even get to the whole video.
Very good. Also,
it was.
That was.
It was. Thank you.
Wasn't the crust like flaky?
You've missed quite a bit of.
Did he just stop watching it?
You would see that. I would.
Yeah, I think he just stopped watching it. Honestly,
great editor though. Really?
Because there's no way he finished.
I think
that.
so. From what I remember, good enough.
I don't really remember.
Better than this.
Sure.
He's trying to. I think Idubs is like, I'm pretending that it's bad is the joke.
Mm-hmm.
The editing is bad is the joke. It's like, all right.
Bush's baby.
What?
Like,
oh,
I want to see like his reaction to the
severity
ending.
is not the
that we were involved when the situation was Moses and Trisha, and there is a clip of me saying, "Don't harass them," and you can, if you did your research, you would.
What he's saying is true. The severity is not the same, bro.
It's also not the same. Sure, it's just
left is that. So I really what is
like
that?
I get he has to like respond to everything,
Right,
but like is a live stream format really like the best way of doing that? Dude, he didn't even watch the whole video. That's kind of fucked up. I'm streaming on what?
Library.
Right now? Oh, library hall.
I got the book.
What is this? The Plague Cycle.
Mhm.
There you go.
Mhm. Better than the mosquito. The mosquito
What's
book
this?
is fucked up. And they
Did you
Yeah.
why'd you rent a Nintendo Switch game?
Because I didn't know that was an option. You rent out like
Yeah,
actual
this-
Switches
this-
too.
Yeah, I know that.
It's crazy. So we're selling this on the black market.
No, just what the fuck?
I gave them a fake ID.
Did you really?
No.
I was about to say, what the fuck? They just have like what the they had.
It's a farming game.
No, like so. Wait, let me. So it's
It's not the original box.
So no. So here's the case it comes in, and then they just have part of the original case inside of this case.
I assume they pirated it or something.
They just snapped it off the fucking. What was the point of that?
Maybe it's so people can't put it underneath their twink ass.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, right. That's my water. Okay, yeah. All right. Well, he took my water. Anyways, I really wish you watched the whole video. I was really curious to see what they said. Remember the good old days, and this episode was called "I'm Quitting YouTube." Bruh, I don't even know. What do you think, Jose? What are your thoughts?
Honestly, I am not caught up with all that shit. I just wanted to see the content cop.
Yeah,
Ethan.
I wish there was a song at the end, like the good old days.
Nah, he doesn't deserve a song.
He doesn't deserve a song. What the fuck is this?
We all. Thank you so much. See ya.
Thank you.
I'm so confused, dude. Bro watched like 60 minutes of the 1 hour and 6-minute video. Crazy. What's the regarding today's title?
Wow.
Love to see
Special. Very special.
Love to see it, guys. As you can tell, we're having, seems like the vibes are decent today, but I haven't broken the news at this point.
Right.
That
It's not looking
4 in the morning.
do like a regular show just to kind of keep the vibes up. Olivia,
That's for girls.
Sorry.
I'm assuming it was just clickbait
those
then,
girls
right?
are doing something for me.
Yeah,
This guy's not
probably.
saying, this guy's not saying anything. You know we love you. All right, well, I think that's about it for the stream. That was interesting, I guess. good old XQC stream. Yeah. Anything?
Yeah.
All right, bro.
yeah.
Okay, all right. You don't gotta make fun of my giggle. It's kind of fucked up. Anything you want to say, Jose, before I end the stream?
Don't do drugs.
Do drugs?
Seriously, don't.
Dude, I
Just
love.
kidding.
Oh my god, I love drugs so much. I'm
You
I'm
don't
about
care.
to take 3 tabs of acid right now. Actually, I'll see you guys eventually. I guess I'm gonna make a There's 2 videos I'm gonna try and make. One being the response to the whole Nazi situation on campus, because dude, the amount of people who, because there's like 3 different kinds of people that like watch that video, or I guess maybe 4. Like, A, the people who are like, oh yeah, this makes sense, it's kind of fucked up. B, the people who are just straight up racist, right, and will not like ever see my viewpoint. C, the people who like watched the video and like just didn't, like, just completely disregarded because they thought I was too young to have an opinion. And then 4, the type of people who saw it and was like, damn, that low key makes a lot of sense. I gotta like discredit this somehow with fake facts. So I'm gonna try and make like a long form not a long form video, but just like a 10-minute video, maybe 15-minute video, instead of just like just responding to everything, because there's so much to get into. Like there's just a lot. How many comments are there actually? There's 1,327 comments, and like a good 50% of those are like actually just like things that I are like there's some good criticisms in there, like talking about how maybe I should have expanded more on who Jared Taylor was, but besides that, it wasn't any particularly good criticisms. It was just a lot of, you're wrong, America's for white people, some real bad shit. So yeah, I'm gonna be working on that, and then I also want to make a more gaming centered video, because that's kind of what I usually do, but like it'll also be around the same topic ish. You'll see, it's fine. Ish. All right, I'm in stream. Do you want to say goodbye, Jose? Say goodbye.
Goodbye. Goodbye, people.